if there was a podcast where one NFL legend talked about football? What about two NFL legends?
This is Wideout's World,
where the gridiron comes alive. NFL legends Irving Fryar and Michael Timpson, breaking down the game from the ultimate insider perspective. Game recaps, upcoming previews, and exclusive analysis straight from the minds of those who've been in the trenches. Wideout's World. Let's do it.
Are you ready for some football?
We're ready for some football, baby.
We're ready for some football, baby. But I just never get over that intro. It's pretty good. What's going on, everybody? Here we is. Huh?
Here we is. Here we is. The country. You like the country guy?
Yeah, here we is.
About some football, baby.
Well, yeah, football, baby. So here we is. Wow. Wideout's World. I am Irving Fryar, and this is my co-host, Michael Timpson, right there, my former teammate. Oh, you know what I meant to do, man? I was in New England a couple of weeks ago. I got a picture. They sent me a picture of you and I in our uniforms on the field. I'll have it ready next week. I'll throw it up next week.
Okay.
We're both in our Patriots uniforms, old school, number 83 and number 80.
That wasn't when I had number 4. Oh, okay. Because remember before I had 45 when I first got there. At 40, I was like, ooh,
45. I don't remember that. You did? You know, my number wasn't 80 when I first got to New England either. They gave me a different number. My first, probably, I think I played like 4 or 5 games in the regular season with a different number. You know what that number was?
You don't remember?
No, I remember what it was. You don't remember because you weren't there. It was number 28. I was number 28 when I first came to New England. That's the original number that I wore for about 5 or 6 games. And then we played Miami. And I guess because, according to Don Shula, he had something to do with the board that regulated numbers. So we played Miami, and I had a good game, but I was number 28. And he said something about it was hard for them to identify me as a receiver because I was wearing number 28. They didn't know if I was a running back or if I was a receiver, which was stupid because I've been playing.
But it was always some rule like that. But that's your problem. That's not
right. That's their problem. Yeah. So he had it changed, and I had to wear an 80 number. He went in and got the rule changed or whatever during the season, and I had to change to an 80 number during the season. So I started out my first 4 or 5 games, and I don't have any pictures of me with number 28 on. But I played my first 4 or 5 games with the number 28, and then when Don Shula got involved because we whooped the Dolphins, we whooped them, and I had something to do with it. Number 28, he had my number changed to an 80 number, so that's when I started wearing 80.
What was your number in college again?
27. Okay. And I asked for number 28 because it was a step up. It was the next level up, so I wanted number 28. That's why I asked for it. But yeah, what's going on? What's this 19 Eddie C? What's going on? Billy Bell is in the house, and Dawn is in the house. She said, "Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening to you, Dawn."
Good evening.
This is week 11.
Hey,
what's up?
Turkey Day's coming up. You ready?
No.
Okay.
I'm just.
Right.
You know what? I am not ready for Thanksgiving.
I ain't mean to strike a nerve.
You struck a nerve, Doc. I get I don't know about anybody else, but holidays stress me out. I get stressed during holidays, man. And I know I shouldn't. I'm supposed to enjoy the holidays. But, man, it's just like, for instance. Huh? Yeah, all the activity and people planning or want you to come see them. It's too much. I do so much when it's not a holiday. All I want to do when it is a holiday is sit down and be quiet and not be bothered. No offense to anybody, but that's like my day off, a holiday. I just want to sit at home, don't put any clothes on, don't wash up, don't brush my teeth, just sit on the couch and do nothing.
That's ugly. That's ugly.
Exactly. That's what I want. Okay. But I can't ever rest. Then I got to rest from the holiday. So I don't know. I can't win.
Well, you always off. You're going to be off for a minute.
I'm going to be off for a while because Thanksgiving and then Christmas. And then you got to spend all that money. Man, it's crazy, man. It's just never enough. Who came up with these holidays anyway, bro? Who came up with these holidays?
Irv, you need therapy.
Do I need therapy? Yeah. Well, are the holidays to keep money flowing? Is that what it is? To keep the economy going? They create all these holidays, Mother's Day and Father's Day and Thanksgiving and all these different holidays. We have Veterans Day and what is it? All these different holidays to keep.
I'm gonna talk to your mama. I'm like, what's
the
what
economy
happened?
going?
What happened? I'm gonna talk to your mama. I'm saying, what happened to it? What happened? Why is he like Grinchy? He's Grinchy.
Yeah, I am the Grinch. The older I get, the more Grinchy I get. That's right. I don't enjoy. When I was a kid, I enjoyed it because I was getting presents and stuff. But now I don't enjoy these holidays
because you're giving the present.
Yeah, it's my money.
Okay.
My money. I got to spend my money.
We're gonna pray for you. Let's get into the football, bro.
You better pray hard and long. So usually we start the show off. Y'all help me. David Hunt is in the house. Haven't seen you in a long time, brother. God bless you. Thank you for joining us tonight. And he's on our YouTube channel, not on my Facebook page. He's on Wideouts World YouTube channel. Thanks, Dave. Thank you. Appreciate you. So usually we start the show out. Our first topic of discussion is news of the week. I'm almost going to bet, Mike, that you're going to talk about what I have as the news of the week. But what do you have down, or what do you want to talk about today for NFL news of the week?
Okay, this is a pretty easy one, especially at Wideouts World. Okay, the spitting.
The what?
Jamar Chase spit on Jalen Ramsey for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he got suspended today for one game. Now, let's go back to, was it Jalen Carter, week 1?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For spitting. He got suspended for one game.
Yep.
Now, we're in week 10. Jamar Chase gets into, he and Jalen Ramsey were kind of tussling throughout the game and, talking trash and all that kind of stuff. And it got a little heated. And they got in each other's face, and he spit on Jalen Ramsey, and Jalen Ramsey hit him. And he got thrown out the game because the refs didn't see the spit part.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And Jalen Ramsey got thrown out the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so today, the NFL levied the suspension to Jamar Chase for spitting. Now, put this in perspective for you and for all those listening. That's $450,000 he will miss this game.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to the $450K that he's going to miss, that's just one game check. He's also going to miss a $58,000 active bonus just for, I guess he has it, one of his incentives being active for the game. He gets an extra bonus. Right. So that's another $58,000. So there you go. So
$500,000.
You're $500,000 going down the tube because you couldn't keep your emotions in check and spit on another human being. I'm so sick. I wish it would have been 5 games. The one game ain't getting it. I wish it would have been more.
That's the lowest of the lowest things you can do to a person. Yeah. I mean, punch me in my nose, punch me in my face, right. But spit on me, and to be that far removed from your emotions and out of control like that. Jalen Carter, and I don't excuse Jalen Carter for doing it, but I kind of, he's younger. But Chase, he's been around long enough, man, to know better. And for him to spit on another player, on the opposing team, you're going at it. Okay, whoop his behind, score a touchdown, run a route, make him twist his ankle or something like that, cleat him or something like that. But to spit on him, that's...
Which he denied it at first.
Yeah,
and then obviously they got
cameras everywhere. You can't deny it. There's cameras everywhere. That's why the league picked up on it, because they saw it on camera. They might not have picked it up. The referees might not have picked it up live, but it's on camera. They got cameras everywhere, particularly in a game. So if he tried to deny it, now he's lying. So he's living in a falsehood in his mind, or denial, I should say. But that's inexcusable for me. For spitting on someone is inexcusable.
We like Chase, obviously. I mean, just being wideouts. I mean, we love his work.
Right.
But that there,
Yeah.
that took a step back for me.
Yeah.
For him,
And you can. That's not something that you can't control. You know, that's something that you can control. Punch him if you pissed off. Punch him. Don't spit on him. No, I'm serious. If you feel that kind of way, then let's go at it.
Right.
But don't.
Well,
That's not.
I think what you're saying, we'll have more respect for him if he just go, man and fight.
Just fight him. If you mad at him, he's disrespecting you or whatever, you feeling that kind of way, then fight him. You gonna spit on him? Come on, man. That's a punk move. Actually, that's a punk move. Yeah, and plus today, in today's world, in today's society, with we just came out of COVID, you gonna spit on somebody? Come on, no, that don't fly. It doesn't fly at all. I'm surprised they're only fining players a game.
Right.
I think it should. I mean, obviously he's losing $500,000, which that's a big ouch. It's a big ouch. Yeah. But I think it should be a couple more than that. I think it should be 2 or 3 games because that's low. That's low. It's very disrespectful and it's not sanitary. Come on, man. That's just loving my destiny's in the house. Russell Watson's in the house. Good to see both of you. So that's
you had
a good
some
one.
News?
Though.
What was your
That's
news? So we didn't have the same one. I'm surprised.
No, we didn't have the same one. We didn't have.
Okay. I'm surprised on Wideout's World. You didn't come out with that one.
Well, no, I thought about that one, but here's something. Shedeur Sanders got a chance to play. That's NFL news. Did you know about that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the second half of the game against the Ravens, Shedeur came in because obviously there was concussion protocol being given to Dylan Gabriel, who obviously they were starting in front of Shedeur. This is something that I think inevitably was going to happen via injury. It was just, because Cleveland, being in Cleveland is just, the organization is snake bitten. So it was just, as hard as they were trying not to play Shedeur, this was going to happen over time. But I also believe that Shedeur was not prepared to play. And that was not, in my opinion, not on his shoulders. That was on his coaches. That's on Cleveland and the coaches' shoulders to make sure that he's prepared to play just in case the starting quarterback goes down. So he completed his first 2 passes, which he started off good, but then then he got sacked on the next pass.
Got rattled.
Which was the last pass or last play of that first possession. His first possession, first 2 passes, boom, boom. He completed them. Okay, feeling good. Then the next play, which was the last play of that first possession, he got sacked. Cleveland went from they were leading 16-10 at halftime over the Ravens. Then obviously Shedeur threw an interception, which it just couldn't go good for him. And Cleveland went from leading 16-0 to get to behind 23-16. He was 4. Listen to these stats, man. This is and I believe these stats were put out because of some of the same reason he was drafted later than people predicted him to be drafted, and for him to
what
be.
What do you mean put out? Those are his stats.
I understand, but what I'm going to tell you, what comes along with the stats. Okay, watch this. So he was 4-16 for 47 yards and 1 interception, 16 yards on the ground. He was sacked twice. Here it is. He had a 13.5 quarterback rating. So his 13.5 passer rating is the lowest passer rating. This is what I'm saying. Is the lowest passer rating by any player with 15 or more pass attempts in their NFL debut since Browns quarterback Brandon Weeden, who had a 5.1 in week 1 in 2012. Sanders, these are the stats they put out, man. Sanders had 25% completion rate and is tied with Terry Bradshaw for the 3rd lowest by any QB in their debut since 1970, with a
And what did he
minimum
throw?
of 15 pass attempts.
16?
Denver,
He had 16 attempts? Did he have
he had
16
16,
attempts?
yeah. Denver, Scott Stankovich. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Stankovich. Stankovich had a 22.2 completion percentage in 1984, and Detroit's Jeff Comolo, 23.8 in 1979. He had a worse completion rate percentage, and they had the worst two completions percentage rates.
These people are doing these stats.
That's what I'm saying. But they did that stat simply to make Shedeur look as bad as possible, and we know where it all falls back to his father, Dion, and they're trying to make sure that that Dion and his predictions and his talk is overshadowed by their ability to control, so to speak, the situation. But he did get in. He will be, if the concussion protocol is not lifted on Gabriel, he will be starting next week. And so with a week of preparation, according to him, obviously he feels as though, and he said he had a bad game, but with a week of preparation, he feels as though, and I feel the same way, he'll do a little bit better. But you know as well as I do, Mike, that falls on the coach.
Now,
they didn't have that boy prepared for that game.
But let me ask you a question. Think back to your playing days. The number twos don't often get a lot of reps, particularly at quarterback.
No, they don't.
So, because my wife and I was having this conversation because she was like, "Oh, it's a setup. It's a setup." And I told her, I said, the number twos, especially at quarterback, they get their work on the scout team for the most part. They don't get a lot of reps with that first team. So, right, wrong, or indifferent, we know that's just how it works in the NFL.
Right.
So I didn't expect him to go and blow it out of the water. Would it have been great? He had to do what he had to do. And so hopefully this week he'll be a lot better. I'm pulling for him just as well as you are. But I'm not surprised that showing with no work, because it's a lot different than the scout team. You go out there, the bullets are live. You ain't got on no red shirt to say, "Don't hit me." This is live. So hopefully he have a better showing this week.
I have been on not New England and not Philly. We didn't do it that much in Philly. I think we did maybe a little bit in Philly. But there were periods when I was in Miami and in Washington. There were periods when they would actually have the backup quarterback run that series, run those periods to give him some looks, to give him some time with the first offense, just in case. So there are teams that do it a little bit, and obviously you can't do it a whole lot because you just don't. There's only so many hours in a day, and particularly now when they can only spend so much time on the field, they're really limited in what they can do with the second string quarterback, because the CBA declares that they can only spend an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half on the field.
Let's look at it this way. Irv. 7-on-7. How many plays you gonna get 7-on-7? Scripted, because we script them for the most part. 20?
20. Well, they script 20, 25, yeah. So as the starter,
7-on-7.
Yeah, so as the starter, I get half of them.
Okay,
I run half of them, maybe 2/3 of them.
Now, no, you're not the quarterback. With the quarterbacks, he's gonna take them all for the most part. So now, think about team. Talking the same plays.
Yes,
15
same
plays,
20,
maybe?
25 plays. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's it. I mean, that's the group work that you're going to get. Now, sure, you have one-on-ones and routes versus air. He may get some duty there, but other than that, that's just how it works.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, 7-on-7 is 20, 25 plays, and team is 20, 25 plays. That's on the offensive day. On the defensive day is less. It's 15 and 15.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Well, kudos to those coaches that try to get those guys some work.
It's tough because, of the changes that have been made in terms of how much time they can spend on the field now. That time is limited. It wasn't limited when we could stay on the field as long as we needed to be in terms of getting what we need to get done. So if we were out there 2.5 hours or 3 hours, we just were. It wasn't a problem for anybody, because we stayed on the field until we got done what we needed to get done. You know, the coach wanted to start practice over. We started practice over and stayed out there. Now it's against the rules or against the CBA to stay out on the field longer than like an hour and a half, man. So
you have somebody
coaches are really strapped right now.
They come out there with a piece of paper saying, hey, you can't do that.
CBA. I got a copy. Keep a copy in my socks. Richard Melton's in the house. He said, yeah, nah, you spit on someone. Come on, man. We about to get it on. I need somebody spit on me. Richard, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Sorry we didn't get a chance to see you a couple of weeks ago when Buffalo got spanked, but that's all right. We ain't gonna talk about that.
That's me.
No. So no opinion on AJ Brown's last interview. Listen.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to it.
I am so done with AJ Brown right now, bro. I don't. That cat there. Anyway, so let's talk about our Boston Pats fans. What's going on? He made a couple of throws, but yes, he definitely was ill prepared. You could see it. Yep. Shador was ill prepared. That's Boston Pats fan is in the house on Facebook.
Now they play Las Vegas. They
might win that game because Vegas is. I'm not even going to watch the game tonight. Who's going to watch this game tonight with Dallas and
wait,
the Raiders?
We got to wait till we get to the Monday night.
I know, I understand, but it's a waste of TV time.
I'm going to watch it, and I'll tell you why.
You're going to watch it?
I'm going to watch it.
Don't waste your time, bro.
At least the first quarter, second quarter.
Both those teams suck. Both of them. They suck. They're terrible. Don't waste your time. Watch something else. Watch a good Western movie or something.
They don't make good Western movies no more.
Oh man, what was that one they made a little while ago?
See, you can't remember because it wasn't that good.
No, it was a good one. So who's your wide receivers of the week? This is our next topic.
The wide receivers for the week. The wide receivers.
And you know what? Wide receivers are not putting up big numbers the last few weeks, man. What's up with us? They're not putting up big numbers. My gosh, the tight ends and the running backs are catching all the balls. The receivers are not catching a bunch of balls. My gosh.
They're killing us, man.
What is going on? We're going back to running the ball and not throwing it?
All right. So my number 3. We'll start off with my number 3 is the first year player out of Terry McMillan. What the heck? Tata. I can't even pronounce his name.
Tatariola.
McMillan.
McMillan. Tatariola McMillan.
And here's the thing.
He's your number 3?
He's my number 3.
Okay.
He had 8 catches for 130 yards. 8 catches for 130 yards. Now,
2 TDs.
2 TDs, Carolina. And he's working out well. I mean, he has roughly about 50 or so catches for the year. 6'5", 212 out of Arizona, 2 TDs, 8 catches for 130 yards. Good looking rookie. But he's on Carolina. So, you know, nobody knows a lot about him. Right. But he had a breakout game, so we're going to give him his props. My number 2, Derek London from Atlanta, losing to
Drake London.
Carolina.
Drake London.
What did I say?
Derek.
What did I say?
Derek.
I said Derek London? Okay.
Yeah.
Drake, excuse me.
You got the D. You got the D right.
7 catches for 119 yards, 0 TDs. Now, you know, I've been big on him. Now, it's going to be interesting now that Penix is out, how he's going to fare with Kirk Cousins. I think he'll do even better when he and Kirk Cousins gets on the same page. Kirk Cousins will throw it to him and won't be farting around with the ball. My number 1, you'll appreciate this one. You mentioned his name earlier, is Stephon Diggs. Now, 9 catches for 105 yards. Number 1, he's a new daddy. Yeah, baby boy.
Just to stay focused. Yeah, that's good. Just staying focused.
There you go. Him and the rapper girl. So their win against the Jets, 27-14. Here's why he's my number 1. He didn't score, but here's why he's my number 1.
How you going? Well, no. I thought we had a rule. You have to at least have a touchdown, man. Come on, really?
It's not. Well, I'm going to tell you why this is an exception to the rule.
Okay.
You ready?
All right.
He has sparked that team because just prior to him getting there, they had nothing in terms of the wideouts.
Right.
But I just believe the spark that he has brought has permeated that whole locker room. And I think that in itself says a lot about him as a player, staying focused, doing what he needs to do. Because you remember when the season started, he was on the boat and they was talking about something that looked like drugs and all that kind of stuff. He was on so it was all going the other way. Then he went with the rapper lady. And so it looked like it was going to spiral, and he was coming off the injury. Right. So now you're looking at his production and the fact that they've only lost 2 games. I mean, they're in the lead.
Yeah.
I mean, they're looking at people talking about the playoffs are going to go through New England. Nobody would have thought that.
No, New England's balling.
So nobody was thought. So he's my number 1 pick this week, Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
Is that good enough reason for you? The fact that he scored a touchdown, but he's the bell cow for that team right now.
Well, no, I that's a good reason. I would not have picked him as my number 1, but I mean that's a good reason. And it's true. It's true. Yeah. And I'm just it's almost I can almost identify with him. I can identify with him moving from where he was in Buffalo to now New England and turning things up and doing better. That's what happened with me when I left New England and went to Miami. It turned my whole career around. So hats off to him. I can identify with him. It's always most of the time you see cats, they'll go to another team and boom, they take off and it's like being born again. Born again, yeah. Billy Bell said Drake May balling. Yes, he is. He surely is. I said Richard Melton's in the house. Okay, we acknowledge Richard Melton is in the house. So my 3 wide receivers are this. Michael Wilson from the Cardinals is my number 3. I
can't. I'll wait till you're done with him. I'm gonna tell you why he shouldn't be even on the list.
I'm gonna tell you why. What you think why he shouldn't be on the list. So they lost. It was a loss 41-22 to the 49ers. So he had 15 receptions. 18 targets, 185 yards, and 0. That's why he's 3rd, because he had 0. How do you have 0 touchdowns? If I got 15 catches, I'm gonna have at least 2 touchdowns. That's why he didn't make my list. That's why he's not on my list. That's why he's not on my list. But let me tell you why he's on my list. So he's not on the list for that reason. He is on the list for catching my list number 3 for catching 15 balls. No TDs, 12.3 average, 34 is long, and 9 first downs. So watch this.
That's blasphemy. You can't catch 15 balls. You can fall into the end zone.
Let me help you understand, okay?
Go ahead.
So right now, after 10 games, he has 37 receptions with 56 targets. He's never caught more than 4 balls in a game.
Okay.
Game 1, 1 catch. Game 2, 1 catch. Game 3, 1 catch. Game 4, 3 catches. Game 5, 2 catches. Game 6, 4 catches. 8, 3 catches. 9, 3 catches. 10, 4 catches. 9, 4 catches. And then his 10th game, 15. He bust out with 15 catches, man. I gotta take my hat off to him. He's never caught more than 4 balls in a game, a professional game.
And this was against San Francisco. Now, was this all mop up? Was this all mop up duty?
No, it wasn't all. It was through the whole game. Okay. 15 balls, targeted 18 times.
Okay, they saw something. They must have had somebody.
Third round draft choice, 2023, out of Stanford. And he's got Jacoby Brissett throwing the ball to him because we know Kyler Murray is out right now. It's done for the season, I think.
I hear you.
So he's never, but to catch, come on, man, to catch 15 balls in a game and you never caught more than 4. First of all, I've never caught 15 balls in a game in my whole career. Never. Okay. The most I ever caught in a game was 9. I never reached 10.
Really?
Yep.
I got 10.
Yep. I never caught 10.
You had at least 12?
No, I never caught 10 in a game. Okay. The most I ever caught was 9. But to go out and ball like that after never having, you went from 4 catches the last game to 15 the next one. He only caught 4 balls in a game twice.
Okay, you give me
so that's why he's my number 3. Drake London is my number 2. Okay, he's a baller, man. 2 weeks ago, I was up in New England when New England played the Falcons, and I got an opportunity to see Drake London in person, to watch him on the field. He's a big body. And, man, he's 6'4", 215 out of USC. 7 receptions, 9 targets, 119 yards, no TDs, 17-yard average. 41 was his longest, and he had 5 first downs. He's just a baller, man. He's one of those guys that's going to be around for a while. I don't know if he'll always remain with the Falcons, but if he doesn't,
they're making me sick now. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, if he doesn't remain with the Falcons and go somewhere else, he's a changer, man. He can change an entire offense and take an offense to another level, to the next level. So he's my number 2. My number 1 is the cat, McMillan. Teterioa McMillan. 6'5", 212, like you said, with the Panthers. He had his career highs in TDs and receptions in this game. 8 receptions, 12 targets. And anytime somebody does that, to me, that's a great thing. When they play the best, or they put up the best numbers that they've ever put up before. 8 receptions, 12 targets, 130 yards, 2 TDs. That's why he's my number 1, because he was one of the few receivers this week that scored any touchdowns. 16.3 yard average, 39 long, 7 first downs. It was his career high in touchdowns and receptions. And Bryce Young had his best game ever, too. They won.
448
Yeah,
yards.
man. Yeah. So right now he's got 54 receptions on 89 targets for 748 yards and 4 TDs. He's a rookie. He's a promising rookie.
And Carolina's in the running. Carolina.
Man, they beat Green Bay a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Yeah, they're right there in the middle. Right there, yeah. Who would have thought the Carolinas, they're right there in the middle. They're right there in the middle of that division. And like I said, they beat Green Bay 2 weeks ago. Embarrassed Green Bay. So
they're right behind Tampa.
Yeah, nobody would have thought that. They're right behind. They're 6-5. Carolina's 6-5, and nobody would have thought that. So hats off to all of them. Bryce Young is trying to do the best that he can do, but I mean, we'll see. You know what happens, Mike, when the rubber meets the road, when it gets down to those last 3 or 4 games in the season, and teams got to play well, and you're banged up a little bit, you're a little bit tired. You got to get out there and do the best you can do and produce at a high level, with certain things not necessarily working at 100%. And we'll see. But it's different. It's different today, man. They don't play like we used to play. It was dangerous when we played.
But the thing that you mentioned about the quarterback, he has to at some point break out. I mean, because he's been there for
Bryce
a hot
Young?
minute.
You talking about Bryce?
Yeah. I mean, he's been there for a hot minute. When you think about it, I mean, this is going into his 2023 was his first year.
Yeah.
His first round pick. So I mean, he's still young. He's only 24, but I keep expecting him to just separate himself and just do really well. But I don't know if it's Carolina. I don't know if it's him. It depends on the game. I mean, because now the next game he can come and flop, and you're like, oh, here you go again. So I'm not sure.
My opinion, his countenance, what I see in him when I watch with my naked eye, ocularly, I just don't think he's got it. Not that he can't be a quarterback and be a decent quarterback in the NFL. He's already done that. But can he be that guy that goes to the next level and makes plays, makes things happen, and makes plays when the team needs him to make plays as a quarterback to take them to wins and victories? No, he's not that guy. I don't think he's that guy. He's going to be good. He's going to be entertaining. They'll be in the hunt, but he won't get them over the hump.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't think that's my opinion. That's what I see.
Okay.
So let's look at some of the games that took place this week. What's your opinion about the Seahawks and the Rams? That was a great game, bro. Or it was a highly touted game, I should say. It was a highly touted game.
Well, I mean, the Rams squeaked it out, 21-19.
Right.
Here's the thing that I like about the Rams. And you watch how it catches on. So now, if you think back a couple of weeks ago, they had 3 tight ends that all 3 of them scored in the game,
Right.
and now this whole 3 tight end set. I mean, I'd never seen. They took everybody out and they put all the tight ends in, and it was just like tight ends all over the place. And they've been utilizing them, man. And so again, the three tight end set, they start talking about it a little bit more. And I just believe this is a copycat league. You're going to see that become more and more pervasive. Here's the thing. As I watch the game, I'm watching Nakua, and I'm really trying to get a bead on, okay, what makes Puka Nakua so special? I'm saying, like, I mean, here's the thing. He breaks tackles. He breaks tackles like a running back.
He's dependable, man. Puka Nakua is dependable. Everybody knows in any given situation, when it's 3rd down and 5, everybody knows who Matthew Stafford's going to throw the ball to.
But
and
so was Cooper Kupp. But this guy breaks tackles like I've never seen.
Well, he's a big body. Yeah, he's a big body.
Yeah, but to break tackles as a wide. Now here's the other thing. The flip side of it, I'm watching Devontae Adams. He had a little slant move and scored a touchdown, but then he winds up. That was the only reception he had.
He only had one.
They targeted him 8 times.
Well, Matthew was overthrowing him. He was off. Matthew Stafford was off a little bit. He was off a little bit. He was off.
Well,
yeah.
But I was just really surprised that he had 8 targets. He only had the 1 reception.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, so
he had the TD though.
Yeah. Oh no, he had a little slant, little shake move.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing. What the point I'm making, if they can get those guys popping at the same time, and as hot as Matthew Stafford is, I just think that this team can go far. You know, I love the tight end set. I'd like to see more of that from team to team. Now I know why some teams have 4 tight ends, and then we're gonna have less linemen. We're gonna get more tight ends. I see why now.
Right.
You know.
So. Right. Well, I mean, nobody is playing. I mean, he's the number 1 choice right now for the NFL MVP, Matthew Stafford.
Don't forget about Baker. Baker down there in Tampa. Don't forget about him.
They just lost though too. And Matthew Stafford has thrown for 20, and he's, most of the time, even in this game against the Seahawks, he didn't have big numbers, but he just did what he needed to do to get the win. Right. And anytime, Sam Darnold, for me with Sam Darnold, anytime he gets into a big game like that, they're both coming into the game at 7-2, and you want to get this game, and you want to make your mark and put your foot down. And for some reason, he just always seems 4 interceptions, man. Yeah. 4 interceptions. You can't win a game with 4 interceptions, even though they hung in there pretty good. And didn't really, give up a whole lot defensively with Matthew Stafford. And they kept him under control pretty much. But he was able to do what he needed to do to get the win. And this team, as far as the Rams are concerned, there's nobody playing better than them right now. Matthew Stafford has 27 touchdowns. He's thrown for 27 touchdowns. He's leading the league right now. They're a team that is separating themselves from everybody else. They're establishing themselves and people can see it and people can know it, that we're better. We're the cream of the crop right now in the league as far as how we're playing, the points that we're putting up, the production that's coming on. But, Seattle did a good job defensively. I think they did enough defensively to have a chance to win this game. Let me see. Seattle stopped the Rams over and over again after the 2 early touchdowns, one from an interception. Seattle allowed 1 drive over 5 plays on that whole afternoon on 11 possessions. Okay. 11 possessions with the Rams. So their defense played well enough. It was just the fact that Sam Darnold threw those interceptions, and it led to short fields for the Rams. It was short field.
Stafford only threw for 130 yards.
Yeah,
I like the running back. Kyron Williams is a pretty good running back. I like him.
Well, that's the thing. That's what makes them so scary. Is that if Stafford's not throwing the ball, they can run the ball. Mm-hmm. With what's his name, Kyron
Williams.
Yeah, they can run the ball with him, and he runs the ball obviously well. And if they're both on, it's a wrap. So. But they're the team to beat right now in the NFL. And then you go back to last year, they gave the Eagles a hard time last year. They gave the Eagles a hard time this year. So
now here's the interesting part.
And the Eagles haven't gotten their offense together yet, man. They're playing well defensively, but
we're gonna get to that. But here's the thing: when you talk about the Rams, they go to the Buccaneers. They go they're home. Excuse me, they're home against the Buccaneers. Good test. The Panthers, the Cardinals. Then they got the Lions. Then they got the Seahawks again. So, in the next month or so,
they got a tough schedule.
That's not an easy schedule. So
yeah, that's a tough schedule the next few weeks.
Yeah. All right.
Particularly because the Seahawks are playing well, and the Lions, just because they got beat, that doesn't mean they're not a good team. Because
they got to go to the Seahawks, but they have the Lions. They have the Lions at home.
At home, yeah. Okay. All right, Tampa Bay, Buffalo. Richard Melton will be. What do you have to say about Tampa Bay and Buffalo, Richard? I know he got something to say this week.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that was interesting about that. Buffalo's run defense has taken a lot of hits.
They can't stop anybody.
They can't stop anybody. Tampa ran for 200 yards.
Yeah.
They ran for 200 yards. And it was one of those games of back and forth that whoever had the ball last, because I have just as much confidence in Baker Mayfield.
He threw the interception. That was the coup de grace. When he threw the interception, and then he had that fumble.
But as hot as he had been playing, I was expecting him to take the ball down the field and get a score, to be honest with you. As hot as he's been playing. And he's done it multiple times. So here's the thing. We're talking about their run defense. Here's Allen. Allen rushed for 3 TDs and they carried him across the line. I'm so sick of pushing the tush. I'm so sick of that. I'm sick of that. Because for me, it's not football. It's a part of it. I get it. You can't stop it. I get it. It's just not football as I grew up watching football. Even back in the day when they didn't have doggone face masks. The leather helmet.
The impetus should be under your own power, not your teammate carrying you or pulling you or pushing you. The impetus of coming across the goal line should be by your own energy.
Okay, so you're not a fan of the tush push then?
No, I'm not a fan of the tush push. No.
Okay, why did I think you were a fan of the push?
No, I'm not a fan. I mean, it works. And there are other teams, and other teams have tried it and cannot obviously do it as well as the Eagles do.
Right.
And I believe, the whole tush push thing, for me, I believe it has a lot to do with Jordan Mailata, because Jordan Mailata used to be a rugby player. He was a professional rugby player. And when he came to the Eagles, shortly thereafter, they started doing this tush push thing. It's something that he's been able to implement with that offensive line to get them in the position that the rugby players get into, that obviously everybody else has not necessarily been able to figure out, that gives them that kind of advantage when it comes to the tush push.
The scrum, as they call it. So the last thing I'll say about the Bills is, now I got a little nervous because when the game started out, I saw Josh Allen try to do a volleyball. He did a volleyball interception
and threw it to the wrong.
Now that had me worried for a minute
to
because
Paris.
We've seen that part of him before.
Right.
And I'm
right.
Like,
it was a bonehead, like a rookie, just a bonehead mistake, man. He was trying to keep from getting a touchback. Or was it safety?
Yes. So they recovered a little bit, but that had me a little worried. I was like, okay, are we going to turn into this guy again? So they pulled it out. So that was my thing on the Tampa
but he threw 6 TD passes.
3 and 3. He ran 3 and threw for 3.
Okay, that's right. Ran for 3, threw for 3. But 6, I mean, who's done that before? Let me see. Boy, I think I had a note on that. Let me see. Yeah, Josh Allen scored career. Okay, yeah, Josh Allen scored his second career game with 3+ passing TDs and 3 rushing scores. The only other player to do that was Otto Graham in 1954's NFL championship game.
Wow. Okay.
He threw because he had a couple of guys down. He threw passes to 9 different players. So he's moving the ball around and he's using his legs. So it was just, I mean, it's like when he makes up his mind, man, you can't stop that cat. He's huge. He's like a doggone linebacker running down the field, man. But yeah, I mean, I would have picked Buffalo to win the game. But again, Baker Mayfield has that's his Achilles heel, man. He'll get to pressing in the latter part of the game if they're down. And Baker Mayfield will make a mistake.
But he hadn't been.
He hadn't been, but I've seen him this season. I mean, with the Eagles game, he made a mistake, threw an interception. Was it with the Eagles? Did the Eagles play the Bucs this year? Yeah, that's right. They went down there and won. He threw an interception in that game because he was pressing in the latter part of the game, trying to make something happen rather than allowing it to come to him and taking what the defense gives him. He will do that. And he did that in this game. And then obviously pressing a little bit, fumbled the ball. And that was just the end of it when that happened. So, but that's Baker Mayfield. When has Baker Mayfield gotten into the playoffs and gone deep into the playoffs and overcome or just shown up and produced in big games like that? He hasn't. He's played well. He's put up numbers. He's made a difference. He's been exciting, all of that. But that doesn't matter, man, until you get into the playoffs and you win playoff games and you perform and you produce in those high-level, high-intensity situations. And he just hasn't done it. When the rubber meets the road, Baker Mayfield will turn the ball over. Don't get me wrong. He's not the journeyman he used to be. He's a really good player. He has turned into a really good quarterback. But he's not that dude, man. He's not the guy. He has not been able to get over the hump yet. He has not been able to turn the corner all the way.
Okay.
And this game against the Bills is a perfect example.
Now, here's the thing. I was just looking at the schedule. They don't play the Patriots again because I was going to ask you. No, they do play the Patriots 12-14.
Who?
They go to the Patriots. The Bills.
Who? The Bills.
The Bills. On 12-14, they go to the Patriots.
That's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great game.
Things stay as they are. That's going to be a great game. So,
we should go to that game.
Man, I ain't going up there in the cold. It's too cold. I ain't going up there in the cold.
Come on, man. You played in the cold. What you done got old and soft. You done got soft with your old age.
Yeah, soft, and my blood is thin.
Come on, man.
I'm finna leave sunny Florida and go up there in the cold in December.
Yeah, wear a coat, man, and some gloves.
Why would I do that?
So we can say we were there at the game, so we can see it firsthand, man.
Okay, I'll think about it.
You know, there's some people still in the front office that were there when we were there. Yeah. I saw a couple people that are in the front. I'm like, you still here?
Wow. Well,
there's some people who are still working in the front office and it's amazing because they got a chance to see all of that stuff grow. When's the last time you've been up to New England?
I went, was it last year when Tom Brady's first game back, first game that he played there as a Buccaneer. Was it last year or the year before?
Okay,
anyway,
so you've seen the whole facilities and
yes,
everything. It's a whole doggone city.
Mini city. Yeah.
It's crazy compared to what it used to be. All it was a stadium and a racetrack. That was it. But nothing else out there but just a stadium and a racetrack. We just had to drive. I drove down the street we used to have to drive to go to the practice field. Y'all, we used to have to get
Route 1? Route 1?
Well, get on Route 1, then you made a right off of Route 1. Mm-hmm. The first light, you make a right. Back on the left was where we used to get our sandwiches in the morning. But at the light, you make a right, and you go back up into Foxborough. But before you get to downtown Foxborough, you make a left with this little dirt road, and that's what. But now they've made those. It was one field. Was it two fields when we were there, or was it one field? I thought it was just like one field.
I just want to say one.
I thought one field, but now they've got these artificial turf, and it's like a whole thing with youth. It's a whole youth, a whole youth spread. They got a couple of football fields, and it really is nice back there. You can kind of see it from the road, but that's where we used to practice. I was like, wow, that's nice. So I got a chance to see that.
Whole tour. I didn't do all the tour.
Oh, I did, man. I went downtown. Oh, I had a great meal in downtown Foxborough. Oh my gosh. It was great. It was really good.
12-14, I'll think about it.
You remember Pastor Warner? You remember Pastor Warner?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he passed away.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he passed away a couple of weeks ago. He passed away the week before I went there. So I got an opportunity to go to his gravesite and cry a little bit. Yeah, I went to go see him while I was there. He's right off of Foxborough Circle is the cemetery. So I got a chance to go there and spend some time with him. Okay. Yeah. Spend some time with him. But, he was talking louder in the grave than he was when he was in person with me. Good man. Great man. So Lions and the Eagles.
Sunday night.
I was at that game last night, man. Was that last night? What's today? Monday? Yeah, that was last night.
Yes, sir.
It was cold, man. I was cold.
Wait, did you just talk about me?
Yeah, but I was there. I did go. I did go. Yeah. Yeah, it was cold. What's your take on the game?
Well,
did you watch it?
It was boring.
It was boring.
It was boring to me. It was a defensive game. We're wide receivers. I'm thinking, I really thought that they was going to put the ball in the air on both sides, to be honest with you.
Well, but you know what? It was really, really windy. I mean, I'm going to tell you how windy it was. I was on the outside of the stadium, inside the area of the stadium where people come in, inside the gate, but not inside the stadium, signing autographs at a table. And I had a full, tall bottle of water next to me. And it was so windy, the wind was knocking over that bottle of water.
Okay.
That's how strong the wind gusts were. It was a bottle of water, a bigger bottle of water, not a small bottle, a bigger one, the bigger ounces, and it was full. I hadn't even opened it yet. And it was sitting on the table where I was signing autographs, and the wind knocked it over several times. That's how windy it was. It was really, really windy out there. The wind gusts were up to 45, almost 50 miles an hour.
Well, if you're a defensive person, this was a good defensive game. But here's my issue. Eagles 16, Lions 9. The Lions have two backs that will make anybody's team a whole lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I got a problem with Dan Campbell calling plays right now. The run game was non-existent. They had 18 carries between Gibbs and Montgomery for 66 yards.
Not good.
He had Goff throwing about 37 times for 255 yards. Now he's calling the plays. I got a problem with that. Now he took over the play calling duties after they lost. Yeah. They lost to Minnesota.
Right.
Since then, they won at Washington. That ain't saying much. And now this loss at the Eagles. I think it's a sign. You're not running the ball, man. You got a two-headed monster back there. Freaking Frack, Heckle and Jekyll, whatever their nickname was, Thunder and Lightning, Muscle. What was their name? Whatever their nicknames were. But you got two running backs. Yeah, you got two good running backs to use, and he's not utilizing them. So I'm not sure that it's not the right thing for him to do to calling plays.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he should give that back and just be the head coach, because I'm not so sure this is working out well.
Well, it's not. They were three of 13 on third downs. They had a total of 317 yards. Right? So Dan Campbell's call, he went for it on fourth down. They were 0 for 5 on fourth down. On the first 8 drives. Fourth down, first 8 drives, through 8 drives, first 8 drives. 0 for 5 on fourth down. You think after they went for it fourth down, they didn't get it the first 2 times that he quit that mess.
Yeah.
They were 0 for 5 on fourth down. And what does that do? That just puts a jolt in the arms of the defense of the other team when they stop you on fourth down. And also when you're going for it, you give them better field position depending on where you're going for it on fourth down. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he had two catches.
Hey, you got this is
12, Mike, 12 targets. 2 catches, 12 targets for 42 yards.
Right now, they're having a players-only meeting with the coach.
Oh, my
saying,
gosh.
Hey, look, they're telling, hey, Campbell.
But listen, It holds true like it always does. And I said this before the game. I said this not last week, but I say this all the time about Goff, Jared Goff. If you pressure him, he gets discombobulated. And the Eagles up front, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, they kept pressure on him. And you could see how it was having an impact on what he was doing.
That's because he's sending the back out into the passing. He's sending Gibbs out into the passing. So there's nobody out. You don't have a blocker back there.
Well,
so that's why.
He could be the extra blocker all he wanted to. It wasn't going to stop Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter.
Well, it will help. It will help.
But you know what? And all it has to be is over time, he just starts sensing their presence being close to them, and he starts rushing the ball. I mean, he threw the ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown 12 times and only completed 2 of them. He wasn't dropping balls. He wasn't dropping balls. They were overthrown, underthrown, all over the place. And don't get me wrong, there was some wind. It was, and I'm sure it had a little bit of an impact on the ball, but it didn't have that much of an impact on the ball. So that's what it was. Like you said, it was a defensive battle. Their defense played pretty well. The Eagles came out and they're still trying to figure out what they're going to do with their offense. I mean, they're very, very vanilla when it comes to their routes, man. They're running slants or stop routes, and that's really it. I mean, they don't run much more than that. When you go back and you watch the game, Patullo is really not opening up the playbook, or he's just limited in what he's able to create because there's no creativity in this offense. Mm-hmm. A.J. Brown finally got his passes, okay? A.J. Brown caught 7 passes for 49 yards. He should just throw the 49 yards in and throw the passes in, the catches in, and let it go. I would be embarrassed to come and say I caught 7 passes for 49 yards. What is that? That had 49 yards has no impact on the game at all. 49 yards? Okay. 7 balls? Mike, when have you ever caught 7 balls and only had 49 yards?
No, you typically you're around the 100-yard mark.
If I'm catching 7 balls, yeah, I'm over 100. Mm-hmm. At 5, I'm at 100 with 5 balls. So it's just, yeah. We were talking about the Rams, talking about Seattle. You know, everybody has the Eagles, you know, going back to the Super Bowl. They got to get their offense together, man, because if they can't score points, yeah, the defense is playing well. They're playing lights out. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. The guys are improving. They got Phillips from Miami now. He's got a sack. Mm-hmm. Finally got his first sack. He's balling out. The defense looks really good. But if you can't score points, what good is it? You got to be able to score points. The Rams are scoring points.
Yeah, that's true.
Seattle's scoring points. They lost to the Rams, but they score points. You got to be able to put points on the board. And this offense for the Eagles, they scored, 10 points against Green Bay the week before? They scored 16 points this week against the Lions. That's not good enough. You're not going to win any games, any big games, scoring 16 points, 10 points. No.
Yeah, but like they said, hey, the most important thing is we're winning.
I understand they're winning, and that's a great thing that they're winning. But you can't score 16 points, Doc, and keep winning. Let me put it that way.
Now, on Turkey Day, they got to go to Dallas on Turkey Day.
Well, you know, that's like a homecoming day. That's like a homecoming game. You always play a homecoming against a team you know you're going to beat.
So they're going to.
No, I know Dallas. They're going to Dallas, but it's like an away homecoming game. Dallas is terrible.
Dallas is going to get up for the game.
They're not. Matter of fact, the Monday night game tonight, I don't even know. Listen, all of you who are watching right now, don't even waste your time watching the Monday night game tonight. It's the Raiders who, let me see, the record is 2-7, and the Cowboys, they're 3-5-1. Why would you even waste your time, your electricity, watching this game? This was a big mistake by the NFL to schedule this game, Raiders and the Cowboys, on this particular Monday night. Don't
They
waste your
didn't know.
time. Watch
They didn't know that
watch Gunsmoke, or go watch your favorite movie or something like that. Go get a Western,
all the way to
The
Gunsmoke.
Harder They Fall or something like that. Go watch something that's going to be entertaining, because this game tonight is not going to be entertaining. So much so that I'm not even going to pick a team to win, because I don't care who wins.
Well, I'll pick one for you. The LA Raiders. The Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to shock
Listen,
them.
man, the Raiders on a 3-game losing streak. They got no offense. They only got in the red zone one time last week against Denver. The Raiders offense scores 15 points a game. That's their average. The Cowboys defense is giving up 30 points a game. Oh, that's crazy. Worst defense in the league. Huh?
Geno Smith is going to get hot. And Max Crosby's going to be
Geno
all
Smith
over
has the
that.
second most interceptions in the league. 12.
I said he's going to get hot. I said he's going to get hot.
He can't get hot. He's got the second most interceptions in the league right now. 12 interceptions. He's been sacked 6 times He was sacked 6 times last week.
He's playing against the Cowboys. He got a shot.
Lord
He got a
Jesus.
shot.
Boy, what you been smoking, man? You smoking something. You been
He got a
smoking
shot.
something.
He got a
Ladies and
shot.
gentlemen, Michael Timpson has been smoking something.
He got a shot. I'm telling you.
Oh,
He got a shot.
Lord. You're saying that the Raiders are going to win this game?
Raiders are going to win the game.
They're at the Raiders.
The black hole.
If I had to pick a team, I'm picking the Cowboys. I can't say that. Oh, God, that hurt. Keep
Okay.
the Cowboys.
All
Cowboys.
right. I gotta give myself a reason to watch the game. And right now,
I'm
my
going to
reason
bed,
is
man. I ain't watching this game.
I think Las Vegas is going to win.
I'm going to go watch the rest of my series, Better Call Saul. That's what I'm going to watch. Better Call Saul. You ever seen that?
No, never heard of it.
Yeah. Breaking Loose or Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. That's 2 good series, man. They go hand in hand. I'm going to go finish watching Better Call Saul.
Well, check on the game, every now and then. And see. All right.
Yeah, okay. Why do you think the Raiders are going to win? Because you think Geno Smith's going to get it together for a moment?
I think he's going to get hot, and I think Max Crosby is going to get him a couple sacks on Dak, and then Dak going to start having that look that he has, like I don't know what's going on. So that's what I'm going with.
Dak might not be on the Cowboys next year.
There you go again. Wait, no. Before we go, tell the people what your prediction was with AJ Brown, because we talked about AJ Brown, you and I, off air.
Oh,
And your
AJ Brown will not listen. Those of you who follow,
putting it on the record. That's why we want you to put it on the record.
yeah, those of you who follow the NFL, you know that AJ Brown has been voicing his opinion about his lack of production offensively, lack of receptions, and lack of targets. He's been doing it through cryptic tweets and through social media, so on and so forth. He started last year when he was on the sideline reading books and carrying on, which is disrespectful to your teammates, disrespectful to the fans, disrespectful to the game. Anyway, so he's had a visit by Mr. Jeffrey Lurie, who is the owner of the Eagles. If you didn't know that, last week, Mr. Lurie deemed it necessary to go out to the practice field and have probably, I think it was 10 to 15 minute conversation, pulled A.J. Brown to the side and had a 10 to 15 minute conversation in private with A.J. Brown. Now, I played in the NFL for 17 years, 17, and I've never, ever seen an owner come out to practice and pull a player to the side and have a conversation with him. Never.
He pulls him out
ever.
of practice. That's the thing that's funny about it. You pull him out of practice.
Yeah. During practice, pull him out of practice, have a conversation with him. So, listen, it obviously is a problem. A.J. Brown is an issue. For Mr. Lurie, Mr. Lurie's very laid back. He don't have nothing to do with controversy. Y'all don't hear nothing about Mr. Lurie. He just does a very good job of owning the team, allowing the GM to do what he needs to do and the coach to do what he needs to do. He just provides the money. He's great, and all he does is win, which is great. Hats off to you, Mr. Lurie. Yeah, sign the check. He came out to practice and talked to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown ain't gonna be on the Eagles next year. He will not, hear me now, I'm not a prophet. A.J. Brown will not be a Philadelphia Eagle at the start of the 2026 NFL football season. A.J. Brown will not be a Philadelphia Eagle. My prediction is that he'll be a New England Patriot with Vrabel up there in New England.
Okay.
But he won't be. I don't know where he'll be, but he won't be. I know where he won't be. He won't be in Philadelphia come 2026, beginning of September 2026. He ain't going to be here.
You know they're not going to let you in the game over there.
I don't give a flip. You know why? Because I'm going to start doing ministry 100%. I'm not doing this no more. Next year, I ain't doing this. I'm going to be in ministry 100 all the way.
So you need therapy. So you need therapy. All right, let the people go, man. So I can watch Las Vegas.
Yeah,
the Dallas Cowboys.
We passed 6 o'clock. Shout out to Richard Melton. Look, Richard's laughing. He got all this laugh going on. Does Michael Timpson still trust Andy Reid, Patty Mahomes? That's Richard Melton asking who does Michael Timpson still trust Andy Reid, Patty. He said Patty Mahomes.
He always messing with Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
I'm going to be checking my eyelids for holes. Look, that's Eddie C. Eddie Casper, Eddie C. What's going on, Eddie Casper? Billy Bell's in the house. Shout out to you, Richard Melton. J.B. Brown. You know who J.B. Brown is? What's up, player?
DB?
Huh?
DB.
Yeah, DB Miami played with me. What's going on, JB? Good to see you, bro. Yeah. Thanks for joining. We need to have you on the show, man. Come on with the wideouts. Have a DB on with us. I'm gonna get JB on with us.
Well, you got to get him. And then Hurst said he wanted to be on. Maurice
Who?
wanted to be on.
Maurice
Hurst.
Okay, well, we'll get Maurice too. Yeah, we'll get them both on. Yep. Richard Melton, Billy Bell. Shout out to you. Boston Pats fans. Shout out to you. Loving My Destiny is in the house. Shout out to you as well. Russell A. Watson. Shout out to you. Dawn. Shout out to you. David Hunt. Thanks for being with us. Billy Bell and Eddie Casper. All right, y'all. That's Wideouts World. We're done for the night. I'm going to bed. I'm going to watch. I'm going to go watch my. I'm going to go watch my show. I ain't watching the game. I'm going to watch Better Call Saul.
Wideouts World.
Wideouts World. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place, same bat channel, same purpose. We're out.
Peace, love, and soul.
Appreciate y'all.
This has been Wideouts World.
Touchdown.
The legends. Irving Fryar and Michael Timpson. Are you freaking kidding me? If it's football talk you're looking for, I think we've got you covered. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, find us on YouTube at Wideouts World. See you next time.
Let's go! Let's go! Go!